Hello, everyone. It's Andrew Vittoria with Keller Williams Coastal. Wanted to give you guys a market update and give you some information that I think is extremely important for one specific segment of the market. And that segment is known as move up buyers. So, what's a move up buyer? Well, a move up buyer is somebody who owns a piece of property, but they need more than what they currently have. So, what does more mean? Well, they could have let's say, a 3 bedroom, 1.5 bath house. The kids are getting a little bit older. Maybe one spouse is working from home now, where they weren't before, and they really need a 4 bedroom, maybe a 2.5 bath home with a little bit more room, a little bit more space so that everybody's not tripping over each other. That would be a move up buyer, somebody who needs to sell a piece of property that they currently own and live in order to purchase something that more suits their needs or the needs they're going to have for the next 5, 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. Could even be somebody who just started a family. Maybe they live in a 2 bedroom house and they had a couple of kids, or they found out they had twins. It's like, uh-oh, we need more space. That's a move up buyer. Now, why is it a really great time for a move up buyer right now? Well, you probably, if you've been watching the news any, you're probably hearing a lot of the chicken littles are out there. The sky is falling, the sky is falling. Let me give you some statistics. The first thing they're using to try and justify this is that we had a 34.8% drop in overall home sales from November 2021 to November 2022. So now you might be looking at me and saying, well, why are you calling these people chicken littles? Because that's a huge drop. And it is a huge drop. Except prices also went up by 9.7% year over year. So, yes, the number of houses selling has been going down, but that's because interest rates have risen to a point where a significant number of first-time home buyers, or people who could really only afford to buy a house, if there was a case where interest rates were low and it was inexpensive enough, otherwise they'd be renting. All those people have just been knocked out of the market, and they have been for a while. I can tell you, working with first-time home buyers, I absolutely love that part of the market, but it is super, super hard for them right now to get an offer accepted, and where they can actually afford to keep the house and work with it. We can still do it, but it's a much bigger challenge than it would have been last year. On top of that, there's only 1.5 months of inventory on the market. Now, that might not mean a lot to many people, but let me put this into some context. A balanced market is 6 months worth of inventory. So if you have 100 houses on the market, it would take 6 months for all 100 of those houses to be purchased. That's what they mean by how many months of inventory are out there. It would take 6 months to find 100 buyers for those houses. You've got 1.5 months of inventory right now, which is an extreme seller's market. Now, that has ticked up from about 0.9 months of inventory that we were seeing earlier this year. But it's still solidly in that seller's market territory. So with that in mind, you have people are buying. Their interest rates have just come down some. So you're in a position where, if you're a move-up buyer, you can sell in a seller's market, and buying up and getting more house for your money. It's going to be easier to do that because of the adjustment in rates. The other reason why this is such a good time for move-up buyers is January, historically speaking, in New England, is not a major time for purchasing new homes, but I'm looking at the numbers that I'm seeing traffic on, my particular website, on other major websites like Zillow and whatnot. And in our area, we're seeing traffic increasing into the new year. People are starting to think, you know what? Rates have come down. Okay, they're not at 2021 levels, but chances are they may never get down there again. So you can get more for your money than you could a couple of months ago. It's a little easier to find a house because there's less competition. And it's the new year, which makes everybody say, just like you make your gym resolutions, you make the really big resolutions. And I think you're going to see a lot of people jump into home buying starting first, second, third week of January. There's a lot of data that's pointing us to that direction. We do not have a falling apart, crashing, distressed market like you're seeing in some parts of the country right now. We just simply don't have that. So, not much competition. If you have a piece of property, people are going to want it. And the good news is when you are moving up, there are fewer people who can afford to move up. But you've got a piece of property you can sell, which is going to make it easier for you to move up. A first-time home buyer is going to find it extraordinarily difficult to buy into, go from a $350,000, $400,000 house to a $600,000 house, because chances are very good they do not have the down payment necessary in order to make that happen. It's very difficult to save up, in 20% of $600,000, it's $120,000. It's really hard for people to save up that much liquid cash in an environment where there has been a lot of inflation. You have a home already if you're a move-up buyer, and inflation has helped the value of your home. Just like all the components within it and everything, they're all worth more than they were previously, because of inflation has benefited you in a way that it doesn't benefit a first-time home buyer who has to basically have seen the value of their dollars decrease. The value of your property has increased. Inflation works in your favor as opposed to against it when you have an asset like that. So as a result, you move up buyers, this is your time to shine. You could, in January, I would say, if you're thinking it's time to start thinking about a move, do not wait for spring. January, February, those are excellent times to find a really good deal. What you can do is, if you've got a good realtor, they can be looking at both on-market and off-market houses. That does not mean pocket listings. We don't do pocket listings. But I'll give you an example. I am prospecting for sellers all the time. I know people who are selling next year. So if, for example, you came to me and you said, hey, I really want to move my kids into a great school district. Do you know of anybody who might be looking to move, out of Barrington, or maybe getting out in Narragansett or one of those other, Lincoln? Yeah, I've got people who are looking to do that. They're not ready to sell yet, but sometimes you present an offer to them and you say, look, I know these people are going to be moving soon. The properties they have they're move-up buyers themselves. Don't meet their needs any longer. We can go ahead and we can present something to them, and you have a chance of buying something that's not even for sale. Especially as a move-up buyer, that can be really attractive. You would need to sell the property you have, but coming soon, you're going to hear more about a program called 72 Sold, which is an incredible home selling program, and I am one, you can count them on one hand. I am one of just a handful of realtors in the state of Rhode Island who has that program and who knows how to use it to help you get 8 to 12.5% more for your home, on average. So if you have any questions, if you'd like to know more about how I can help you find the perfect house if you are a move-up buyer, feel free to give me a call. My phone number is 401-500-2164. Or if you're interested, feel free to leave a comment on this video or shoot me a direct message. I get back to all those messages very, very quickly. This is what I do for a living. I absolutely love helping people just like you who are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. It's truly the best job in the world, and taking care of my family and friends, people like you who are watching this. I just love doing it. So I hope everybody's having a great week. We're leading into Christmas. So you can see I've got my little festivity. I got my Anna Lee doll back there, reminding me that it's Christmas time and to enjoy it. My wife and I actually just came back from New York last week. We had a wonderful time, couple of days down in the big city. Went to Rockefeller Center and got to see the big Christmas tree, and we saw Phantom of the Opera before it closes. We got to walk around and see all the lights up and everything. So make sure, non-real estate thing here, make sure you are doing something fun and enjoyable for yourself this holiday season. Christmas is such a wonderful time of year in New England. It's different, I think, than almost anywhere else in the country. It just feels different up here, I think. So really enjoy some time with your family and friends. I'm here to take care of any real estate needs that you may have. Like I said, getting you the most for your house, helping you find the right house, whether or not it's currently on the market. There's lots of things I can do to help you out. And just let me know what I can do for you, and I'm willing to do it. All right, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.